Some periodical and hebdomadal diseases. Page number 393.
Some periodical and hebdomadal disease. A young man recently recovered from a sporadic asthma, having drunk some wine contrary to the dietetic rules I had laid down for him, which was heated by it, and began to quarrel and fight with his companion. After violent muscular exertion, he was seized with an attack of asthma, which became worse and worse, and towards the end of the night reached its greatest intensity. The following day and some days after, he felt great lassitude. A week afterwards, without appreciable cause, a similar attack came on and followed by lassitude. From that time, the fits, together with the consequent weakness, came on regularly every Monday afternoon. 8 grains of Saint Ignatius bean once diminished the attack in a marked manner, and the weakness did not occur. But strangely enough, the following Monday, this attack came on again with the renewal force. Cinchona bark given the following Monday in the dose of half a dram in the morning and a dram of dinner completely suppressed the fit, and after 2 more doses all traces of affection had disappeared. A circumstance worth mentioning is that previously the cinchona had always failed in the same person against his asthma, which it was continued and not periodical. Ignatia Vaikons, China Salazar Lesna was worked at Ignatia Isaac was China and Samadhi mother. A lying-in woman, aged 40, one Sunday met with a severe mortification when confined of her 5th child. Besides other disagreeable symptoms, there came on a sensation of formication that gradually extended from the sacrum up to the buttocks of scapulae, so that by Friday it reached the neck. A sudden stiffness occurred at that spot. The patient experienced at that time a violent febrile rigor which lasted several hours, followed by diaphoresis which continued till late at night and terminated in profuse sweat. The following day she complained of nothing but lassitude, and on taking the least repose, even if seated, she had general sweat, somewhat cold during the whole day. A disagreeable sensation of formication extending from the nape to the above occiput came on every afternoon and lasted till bedtime. There was no bad taste in the mouth. The tongue was clean, but the appetite almost absent. From that period, the same fit of intermittent fever, characterized by the same symptoms and by the same termination, occurred on the Thursday and the following Thursdays for several weeks. When the patient came to consult me, she concealed the exciting cause for her disease, which is the mortification. The normal taste and the cleanness of the tongue contraindicated the use of an emetic. There was evidently in this case an intermittent fever with a quotidian type and another with a hebdomadal type. The employment of Ignatia continued for a week until the Thursday entirely removed the febrile symptoms affecting the head. Even also on Thursday, the hebdomadal attack, far from distinguishing, reappeared on the contrary with more violence, but was not followed by lassitude. I discontinued the treatment during the subsequent week. Indeed, all the corporeal functions were performed regularly. The febrile commotion in the evening and the prescriptions by day had disappeared. Gaiety, appetite and sleep were restored. From that time, I administered every Thursday with great success a suitable dose of Syncona. The hebdomadal fever did not return and the patient was cured. A very hypochondriacal man suffered in the spring of last year from a periodical hematuria, the type of which he could not remember. Very hypochondriacal man. There was at the same time, ఎంత దాకా వెళ్తుందంటే ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఒక హెమచూరియా కేసు క్రానిక్ కేసు ఆయన దానికోసం ముందుకు వచ్చింది మొత్తం ఏదంటే ఆయన కేసు ఆ కేసులో ఎన్నో ట్రీట్మెంట్స్ తీసుకున్నాడు విధాలు సరే చూస్తున్నాడు అందులో ఇచ్చే మెడిసిన్స్ అంటే తర్వాత మొత్తం చూసిన మెంటల్స్ మిగతా ఎక్సర్సైజ్ తగ్గిపోయాయి ఎక్సర్సైజ్ హెమచూరియా తగ్గాయి కానీ ఒక 2-3 నెలలు కానీ సింటమ్స్ తగ్గాయి కానీ ఆయన కంప్లీట్ ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ ఒప్పుకోవట్లేదు ఒకసారి దొరికాడు మీరు ఇస్తున్నారా తగ్గుతుంది కానీ నాకు ఆ చిన్న మాత్రం ఇచ్చిన రిలీఫ్ మీరు రోజు ఇచ్చి పని చేసలేదు అన్నారు ఇక్కడ దొరికే అని చెప్పి రోజు మధ్యాహ్నం కూడా ప్లేస్ బాల్ రాసి ఇచ్చి రోజు మధ్యాహ్నం వేస్తాం అప్పటి నుంచి కంప్లీట్ దొరికాయి వాళ్ళ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఎక్కడ తెలుసుకోవాలి అంటే అప్పటి నుంచి కంప్లీట్ రిలీఫ్ There was at the same time fever, great debility and sleeplessness. He had a relapse of his disease in the month of May of this year. I combated the accessory febrile symptoms which remedies adopted at the same time for the hemorrhage to wit E.V.M.Acharya given on an empty stomach in the morning so as to occasion nausea for 4 hours and the evening sulfuric acid. The accessory febrile symptoms sensibly diminished, but the hematuria reappeared the 4th day at 7 o'clock in the morning, immediately after awaking, and on the first occasion and twice on the 7th day thereafter at the same hour. Notwithstanding all the prejudices against the employment of Syncona bark in hemorrhages, I gave a suitable dose of it every evening before going to bed, fearing to miss the hour in the morning when it ought to be given. Not knowing of the fit, in place of offering a hebdomadal type, would not recur every 3 days and a half, as frequently happens, and if an attack might not be expected on the afternoon of Thursday, I prescribed a dose of Syncona for that day at noon, at the same time continuing evening dose. But before the patient could take it, an attack of hematuria, though not very severe one, occurred on Thursday morning about 8 o'clock. I had thus learned first that the curative power of the evening dose did not last in the following day. Second, that the semi-abdominal type was not bound to precisely the first hour of the second half of the 4th day, but that it occurred also, but it could also occur at the regular hour of the hebdomadal paroxysm. I consequently altered my treatment. I thereafter gave every morning a dose of Syncona, taking care to have the patient awakened an hour before his usual time of waking at 6 o'clock, permitting him either to go asleep again, which he generally did, or to get up. In a course of a fortnight, the hematuria was quite cured. The hebdomadal type, which diseases sometimes observe recurring towards the middle of the 4th day, the 7th, 14th, 21st, 31st day, the middle of the 4th week, and etc., appears to differ essentially from the daily aggravation of most diseases which we observe to take place in the evening, and from the types of quotidian, tertian and quartan intermittent fever. Experience has taught us that Saint Ignatius has ignitus being does not suit the first three types, which seems peculiar to hysterical, hypochondriacal and spasmodic diseases. China camphor.